What's going on, guys? My name is Tony and today I'll tell you everything you need to know before buying Gears 5. Gears 5 is a cover-based third-person shooter action game developed by the Coalition, released on September 10th of 2019, and you can play it on PC or Xbox One. This is the 6th game in the franchise despite being called Gears 5, but nobody likes to remember Gears of War Judgment. Here you will hear the opinion of someone who had little to no contact with the franchise, and before I forget, I'll talk exclusively about the campaign mode. I have not played the multiplayer and I do not intend to. It's not my cup of tea. Gears 5's focus on Kait Diaz, the franchise's most badass girl for a long shot. Here you have to discover the origins of the Locust and Kait's family, as obvious as the connection may seem at first. Even if the focus is on Kait, the first hour or so of the game puts you in the control of the previous game's protagonist, JD, along with Kate, Del and Marcus Phoenix, the badass of badasses, on a mission to launch a prototype Hammer of Del satellite, which already throws you in the middle of the action, giving you that good taste of exploding monstrous creatures. With the mission complete, we return to the COG capital, New Ephra, where Jean, the Prime Minister, is livid with us because she's against using the Hammer of Dawn, because it would go against the wishes of the late Anya Phoenix, Marcus's wife and JD's mother. But that's all for later, because Settlement 2 is being attacked and your squad is sent to help evacuate the location. For starters, I would like to say that I played the game from start to finish on the PC and it ran absurdly well, even with the ultra settings, although later I lowered the settings because I was recording too and I didn't want my PC to explode. With that said, after 7 hours of playtime, non-sequential, the game crashed on me once in one of the cutscenes. Other than that, it ran pretty smoothly. For someone who has never played any of the Gears games before, okay, that's not entirely true. I played the first game way back when it first released, but I didn't go very far and obviously I didn't finish it. So saying that, the gameplay was so satisfying here. Here you can run, take cover, shoot from behind the cover or aim down the sides for more accurate shots. You can carry 2 main weapons, a sidearm and 1 type of grenade. We have a wide range of weapons, but you'll probably be using the same ones over and over again because the most different and powerful ones have a very limited amount of ammo on it. And if you're awful at aiming like I am, you prefer something you can trust that won't run out of ammo when you miss 30% of your shots or more. Yeah. Other than that, the impact of every weapon is really well made, making the most powerful ones do an absurd damage to the creatures, getting anyone excited to shoot more. It's fun to change weapons every now and then, and it has some very unique weapons too, like a fantastic two-handed mace to kill hordes of weaker enemies with. Feel my wrath! In addition to weapons, you now also have a fellow robot named Jack, which starts with a radar that shows points of interest and spot enemies, but over time he gains new abilities, such as a shock mine for example, that can be upgraded with components, collectibles you find when exploring mission maps. There are too some unique upgrades that are only unlocked via side quests, but I didn't go after them. The world is pretty big this time around, and you usually travel through it with a skiff, a futuristic sleigh that seems pretty impractical to me, but is pretty cool to look at. During these long journeys, the characters will talk to each other, developing themselves and their relationships. In the world, you have the option to do some side quests as well, but I skipped most of them because the urgency of the main story made me think that would not make any sense to diverge from the main plot. Perhaps because I'm not very familiar with the franchise and the genre of the game, yes, I am making excuses. I had some problems with some enemies in the game dying a few times over and over, which led to frustration. but they were very sporadic situations and I blame myself more than I blame a spike in the difficulty of the game. But just so you know, screw the snatchers, man. Another complaint, and more real this time, is the AI of the game. My god, your companions can be dumb as a brick sometimes, and even worse, sometimes they just not work at all. Several times I went into combat and my allies were too far away to help me, because they came walking while I ran ahead. If you're going to put companions in the game to assist the player, make them move at the player's speed, goddammit. I got frustrated with this more than I would like to admit. Which brings me to my next point. You can play the campaign completely in co-op. As soon as you open the game, you are already thrown into a lobby where you can invite your friends or leave the game open for people to join in. If you can, I strongly suggest that you play this way, because the game will be surely more fun and less frustrating than it was for me. As I have no friends, I played by myself. I really enjoyed this story. To be honest, I was expecting so much less from a game that everyone just talks about how awesome it is to blow up enemies and use the chainsaw. But in fact, the story goes deep. But I have to say, I felt like I lost a lot for not playing the previous entries. Even the game trying to put me to speed here and there, it's undoubtedly a game made with the long-time fans in mind, leaving us, the noobs, a little lost. But even if you haven't played any of the games before, like me, it's still a pretty cool experience. Graphically, the game is very impressive, the characters are very well done, the enemies perfectly grotesque, the maps are very breathtaking, and I do like to say very a lot, and the few environmental effects it has are as beautiful as they are dangerous. The soundtrack is amazing, with some moments made with completely orchestral music that makes you hum the scores when you stop playing the game. A moment or two of the game I was more touched by the music than I was with the scene itself. The sound design are also very good. The grunts and voices of the enemies make you recognize them as soon as they enter the scene, as well which weapons they are firing at you. Nothing more satisfying than die to a weapon you know, right? The sound team made a very good job. The voice acting too is very good, with Laura Bailey as Kate, Liam McIntyre as JD, Eugene Bird as Del, and John DiMaggio as Marcus Phoenix, all bringing their A-game to the performance, including all the minor characters too, such as Bird and Jean. I don't remember thinking at any point that a voice actor was bad and it had taken me out of the experience. It's great to see that Microsoft has not completely lost its touch, because their last games were not up to quality, but this one, coming from a franchise that I never really played, in a genre that I usually don't get much involved with, I was positively surprised to like it as much as I did. I found the campaign so good that I want to play the other Gears games. Unfortunately, they are not all available for PC. For me, it was a good introduction to the franchise, even if it fails on some points. I definitely recommend it to everyone who likes the genre or the franchise. So my Tonny score for this game is tasty. Give it a try and then tell me what you think. And if you want to see more of the game, take a peek on my gameplay channel. Almost every game that appears here will appear there as well, in playthrough form. And that's it. This is my review for Gears 5. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was useful to help you decide whether to play or not. Smash the like button because this helps the channel grow, subscribe for more reviews in the future, and in case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.